Hello, everybody. So, if you're just tuning in, I am going to do the Divine Masculines general reading for to see where they are at. I did the Divine Feminines yesterday, and the reading was awesome. I do know a lot of the Divine Feminines are putting in work. They actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're focusing more on their businesses, on taking care of their children and their home life. So, that's another thing. I am now on Instagram. Finally, I made it. It's Queen's Spiritual Insight, and I also did make the flyer for the contest. I'll be posting a video about it next and talking about that. Um, what is this? Okay, that just was some error I was looking at on the screen. So I'm gonna actually get started. I'm actually gonna use the same cards I did for the Divine Feminine yesterday, which was well, actually no. Because we do not have goddesses. I gotta get some divine masculine cards over here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab. Okay. So I'm gonna actually use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck. I bought these. These was one of my first decks I ever bought. I'm gonna use this, and then I'm gonna clarify it with the Romance Angels and the Work Your Light Oracle. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna actually turn this music off. So, like I was saying, I am now on Instagram as Queensy Spiritual Insight, or yeah, let me just make sure. I think it's Queensy Spiritual Insight. Just make sure. Well, I guess I'll do all that later because it just blinked right out. So again, the contest I will be putting a video up. I am taking. I actually made it a little bit more of a real contest for this channel. So right now, let's see what the Divine Masculines are doing energy-wise. Like I said, the Divine Feminines, great read yesterday. I don't see nothing bad. And I just watched one of my favorite tarot readers today, this morning. I watched her video today, but I think she did it yesterday as well. And we coincide. Like, it's got to be in a collective. So Divine Feminines is actually doing the work. Yes, we do have a little bit more ego to clear. We still got a little bit more pride going on with us because of, especially the ones that is in a third party situation. So Divine Masculines, what is going on with you guys? We're gonna take 5 cards. What's taking place with the Divine Masculines? Thank you. So for a lot of you, your crown chakra is opening up. A lot of thought. You got embrace, challenging times, balance, and rest and reconsideration. And at the bottom of the deck, you got new vitality. So I'm going to put this over here. Okay, so the first thing I do see, I see that a lot of Divine Masculines, the crown chakra is opening up. And I'm going to read what the crown chakra card says. So the crown chakra is dealing with facts. I feel like a lot of Divine Masculines, yes, I could say that y'all are now in the now, y'all learning facts about certain things. It says, can be used, element, thought, gland, pineal, key words, I know. So a lot of you are going through their awakening. You know certain things now. And I feel like some of you are now embracing the journey or embracing the enlightenment. You're connecting back to the roots. You're actually learning who you deep down inside soul level is. Until you got the challenging times. This is something that I feel like a lot of you know has to change. The challenging times, the things that you're dealing with, that is a challenge. Because it's a number 5, and number 5 stands for change. Something that needs to change. And then you got rest and reconsideration. Some of you are thinking about this journey. Y'all need a break. Like, let's be honest. Even when the divine feminines went through the awakening process, it's a journey. It's a very big. We still are going through it, including myself. So a lot of divine feminines right now, divine masculines are at the point where we were not too long ago. And this is something that they about to come over. I guess a lot of them were going through this. It's 555 when I said that. So a lot of them are now coming up off of that rest and reconsidering. This is why the crown chakra is open, because they did enough thinking. Now they have enough knowing. They know. And I feel like they know that they have to become balanced and they have to become one with the divine feminine in order to find balance. Again, this is a number 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 means change. A lot of this stuff is changing. A challenging time in becoming balanced with becoming one with the divine feminine. But I feel like I said, they no longer are just resting on this because now they already know. And the reason why I say that, because the embracement part, they are now embracing what the universe is giving to them from the root. And this is a start. They're starting to do this. Even if they haven't yet, they will. Because this is a number 1. This is a start. This is new vitality. They're starting to change things over. They're starting to do things differently. They are now becoming a little bit more wiser, divine masculines. Good job. I don't know. Everything is just balancing out now, huh? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm them with the Romance Angels cards. Let's see in the love life of the divine masculines, what is these cards meaning? What are they embracing? What is a challenging time for them? What do they know? Let's find out, what do they know about their love life? What is the new vitality? What is they resting and reconsidering about? And then where is they finding balance at in this connection? First card we're going to confirm is new vitality. Listen. Okay, so you have the number 1. Like I said, they're going to start. This is a start. And the reason why I say this is a start in action, because they're no longer in the I need to know or I need to find out. They now know. Their crown chakras is open. And they know they need that separation, or that this separation from the divine feminine was necessary in order for them to gain control and start to do things in a different way. Or this could be them gaining control to leave or move away, separate from the toxic relationships that they always dealt with, whether it's the energy or not. This is something new that they're starting. Then they got unrequited love. They are self-respecting themselves. They no longer are just accepting relationships that has no type of chemistry, no involvement, no love. Listen, divine masculines, they're woke, ladies. And you know why? They're starting to call in their soulmate. They're starting to look towards their divine feminines now. They're praying about this. Now they have changed because they know who she is. Remember, I think it was another reading I did. I think it was a Libra full moon. I said that the divine masculine is going to start noticing who the divine feminines are to them. They're separated from the unrequited love. Whether if they're doing it energetically or if they're doing it physically. Why is the crown chakra here? They know about marriage or a higher commitment. They know that this is a better bond. Like number 7 means complete, or maybe they feel like this is a complete for some. Whatever they're dealing with, the situations that they're dealing with, it's a complete. They have learned a lesson, or maybe they learned something new about marriages. So this is something that's on their crown chakra. That's deep. Maybe they learned what a real commitment actually is. It could be that. But we're going to confirm that again with the other cards. So let's just keep going. Embrace. Why is embrace here for divine masculines? Very soon they will embrace this connection. A lot of divine masculines are still going through clearing the energy, the negative energy, the toxins. It says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. Now, being so that they're already calling in their soulmate, I feel like they embracing this now. They want that connection with somebody. They want fulfillment. They don't want unrequited situations anymore. And this is something new. So it might be something that's just on their mind. It might not be something that they take an action with right now. But it does say the universe is saying that eventually all masculines will start to call in their soulmate because they no longer are going. It's basically self-love. They're loving themselves a little bit more to understand why certain things are happening to them and for them. Challenging times. Why is challenging times here for the divine masculines? Oh, shit. This is good. And I'm going to take all these cards too. Because it's right. This might be dead on because I do feel like a lot of... It's funny. But anyway. They noticing that some things have to change. This is a challenge for them. This is a very challenge. It's a challenging time. And you know why? Because this is a part of their growth. This is a part of their enlightenment. This is a part of their religious factor. This is a part of their morals, their respect for themselves. So they know that they have challenges. They're being enlightened about the things that they allow them to be challenged. They need to learn how to communicate. They have to have a conversation with somebody. But I feel like for some, they are very afraid to do this. And this is also a challenging time for them. Finances and career. Some of them can't find good jobs. Some of them haven't had a job. Some of them feel like this is something that they have to change about themselves because the number 5 again means change. So they need to change and follow their path. This could be them following their destiny. This could be them following ways to get a better job. They need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody. And they need to learn how to trust. Not just in... They don't just need to trust in the divine feminines, but they also need to have trust in themselves, and they need to have trust in the connection. And not only trust in themselves or the connection, but they also need to have trust and faith in what the universe is putting in front of them, why everything is going the way it's going for them. This has to change. All these things that just popped out, they need to learn how to trust. They need to open up and have that heart-to-heart conversation with somebody. It's a deep conversation they want to have with somebody, but a lot of divine masculines are afraid. And it could be the divine feminine, or it could be even the person that they dealing with now. They need to have a heart-to-heart conversation to be honest with them. And this is definitely, I can understand this. They need to change their finances. They need to become more, how can I say it? Self-sufficient. They want to become more self-sufficient so that way they can help other people that they want to help. But this is all a part of their awakening. This is a part of their calling. Change is a part of their calling. The universe already spoke to them. They starting to get synchronicities. Now let's see what rest and reconsideration is. So you got rest and reconsider. Why is rest and reconsider here? Let's see. So they resting and reconsidering the red. They paying attention to the red flags now. They're starting to see the negative aspects of certain things. So I feel like they are. This is why they set back and they probably been to themselves. The signs are cautioning you. So they are actually starting to pay attention to the synchronicities that the universe is giving them. This is why their crown chakras is opening up. This may be for some divine masculines that's in a karmic relationship or dealing with a toxic situation. They're noticing it as so. I'm going to actually go back over this as soon as I finish getting all the confirmation cards. Balance. Why is balance here for the divine masculine? Past life relationship. You have known each other before, like I said, with the divine feminine. It's time for them to come together and work on a partnership with her. But But I got another scenario that's coming out of this. I'm going to go back over once I confirm it, just to see maybe it might change up a little. But what I am going to say, from what I see, I feel like this is for like the divine masculines that's dealing with karmic situations. And I'm actually going to do a divine masculine karmic and then a divine feminine karmic reading today. That might be just next after I do the contest video. Let's get some confirmations for the divine masculine. What is taking place with the divine masculines at this time, universe? All right, so back at the top, new vitality. What is new vitality doing here for the divine masculines? They're mirroring this. Like I said, they starting to realize this. They're starting to realize a lot of stuff. This is what mirror means. What do you see as the guy is tapping into the water? And what do you see? Another reflection of him. They're noticing the things that they are doing is causing the ripple effect of their life. I am definitely going to go back over this. Why is crown chakra here for the divine masculines? Listen, it says, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. They feel like, okay, so this is for some. This is what I'm getting. For some divine masculines that's dealing with a karmic, they feel like the karmic is draining their soul. They feel like they have to return back to retrieving their own life, to retrieving their soul, to being who they're supposed to be. They want to cut the cords with toxic situations, like I said. This is on their mind. This is something that they already know they have to do in order for them to be closer to who they're supposed to be. This has nothing to do with the feminine. This is actually like a personal thing now. This is more so a personal thing than anything, because they haven't been themselves. They know they're not themselves. They know that once they got with the karmic situation, see, a lot of divine feminines, we could sense the karmic situations before you even start. The reason why it's harder for divine masculines is because they don't use their emotions immediately. So they don't define. That's why they say women is more emotional than men. We can sense out toxic situations before a man if a woman truly connects to her intuition. Like, a man is harder. So when they be with certain women, it could be lust, it could be sexual appetites. A lot of men go for the money. They like the worldly sense. Like I said, where the men lost their way at, where the masculine started to lose their way, they was more so paying attention to the worldly sense. And the females, us divine feminines, we are more paying attention to our souls, what feels good to us. That's why some of us, the awakening ones, or the ones that have always been woke, we always attract to certain types of people. We always have like this lighthearted energy about us. Some of us turn dark after so much things happening to us, but we always go back home. We always return back to our original state of mind. And that's because our souls is a little bit more faster. That's what they say, the women is more mature than men. But that's not meaning in a natural sense. But like I said, I feel like a lot of men married or got with women and it wasn't on a soul level, but they thought it was going to be all peaches and cream. Like, some of them felt like it was going to be like the memes that's popping up, couple goals or black love. No, you know where black love literally stands in that? For some of the divine masculines is when you with the soul mate, the soul connection, the one that God and the universe has put you out here to be with. Not just random bitches because you have sex and they got good stuff or money or they're beautiful. That's not what it is no more. That's where the men lost their way. And this is why a lot of women started leading the way, because spiritually we already knew how to take charge. So what we do as women, we started leading the way because y'all fell off track. Y'all started becoming more prone to the worldly sense. That's because y'all are the governors of the natural, the physical world. The women is the governor of the spiritual world. We are more connected. So let's continue. Very soon. Why is very soon? Not very soon. Okay, this card was the embrace card. Why is the embrace card here for the divine masculines? Break the chain. Like I said, I feel like a lot of them is starting to pay attention to what they genuinely want. It says, a central pattern healing, rewriting the future. They're embracing what the universe is giving them. Remember I said they're going back to their roots. You see the guy connected, he's being enlightened by the roots. That means that a lot of the divine masculines is being enlightened. They are going through an awakening process. So they are learning that the clearer their visions are, the clearer that their decisions are, or their focus is, they are starting to embrace that. They're starting to know this is where their paradise is. Their happily ever after will be. They have to break the chains. They have to break the cycles that they have put themselves in. And this is why they're embracing it. They're starting to learn their indecisions. Them not being decisive about what they want is what's causing them to have confusion. But I feel like a lot of them are learning to break the chain and break the cycle now. What is challenging times here for? Challenging times. They have so much darkness and they've been through so much in their life. Like I said, a lot of divine masculines are the governors of the natural plane. So that's why for those that's into church, I have family. I've been brought up in church, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is the church way. I'm gonna say this to you, and it's gonna be as clear as day. I promise you. Whenever God is going to bless, the enemy is lurking. And when I say that, that means every time you get something good, the enemy will send a replica of what is good. So now you're in a dark place because you've been through so much. Everything that you always seen in certain females, you start dealing with them. If you're a male, take what resonate. Female, take what resonate. But in the masculine energy, you start to see, when you get with somebody, you start seeing the pretty colors, but the colors is dim. But I feel like a lot of divine masculines know that they have to stop thinking every female is negative. Stop categorizing every feminine energy the same. Because there's some that still have a little light. But they so dark, they so in the dark. It says the intentions, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. You have to change the way you think, and this is why. This is the religious factor that's taking place with the divine masculines. They are going through an awakening because of this. Because the universe is basically saying, I'm tired of you always thinking everybody the same. This is why everybody turns out to being the same. This is the energy that you put out. So I need you to start having trust in yourself and trust in your thoughts. Face your intentions. Face the things that you actually want, divine masculines. This is where your awakening is actually coming from. Start speaking about what you want. Be real. Talk to people. Stop ignoring the conversations. Stop pushing them to the side. Don't think that they don't matter, because all these conversations matter, because this is you speaking your truth and you making your decisions. This is something that I feel like the universe is saying you have to change it. Also, it's telling you stop having negative thoughts about your finances and careers, because this is why it always ends up being negative. Because you put negative energy into it. Think positive about it. The universe saying when you embrace this. You have to start embracing who you are wholeheartedly. Be real with yourself. Don't speak negativity around anything that you're promoting. Don't allow anything that was once negative to affect what's on the other side of this place. Come out that darkness. It's time for you to come out the light. Come to the light, Carolyn. Listen, I like this reading. Divine masculines. The universe ain't playing with you no more. They said that's enough, bro. Pay attention to red flags. I definitely see this card there, but I want to see why rest and reconsideration is here. Why is rest and reconsideration here for divine masculines? Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. He's resting and being considerate. He's noticing that some of the things that he have done sabotage the connection between him and the divine feminine. The person that's universal, the one that's connected to spirit, the one that was supposed to lead the way, the one that's supposed to take him to his personal healing. He destroyed some of this. So I feel like some of the divine masculines are resting on this, and they actually are becoming aware of the distrust that they cause, the blockages that they cause in this connection between him and the divine feminine. Why a lot of the divine feminines pulled away. Why a lot of divine feminines stopped healing them. Why a lot of divine feminines stopped talking to them. For the ones that have that is in no communication. Even if you is in communication, some of the divine feminines are now in that pullback energy where they don't want to communicate. But you got to realize she's governed by spirit. She's the chosen one. She's the one that was for you. But because of the red flags, the things that you wasn't paying attention to, the red flags that the universe was giving you about situations, it caused you to think that she was just as bad. Okay. So let's see what balance is here for. Why is balance here for divine masculines? Listen, this is amazing. I really like these cards. I'm gonna keep saying this at every reading I do with these cards because they tell a story that is very hard for us to express, and the pictures tell it all. And it actually is very confirming because, like I said, it's time for. I feel like if you are a twin flame and you are a divine feminine and you're watching this, listen, the divine masculines know this has to change. They have to become balanced. They have, in order for them to become balanced, they have to come back. They have to come back to what they're passionate to. It says deep replenishing, retreat, rest, and be held. This is his resting space. The divine feminine is the one that is going to basically clean off the Celine Dion song. Hold on, I'm gonna play it because somebody plays it for me and they love about it because it actually goes with this reading. Celine Dion Ashes. That's what it's called. The Celine Dion Ashes song. Your soulmate is there to dust off all that residue, no matter how hard it was, how bad it was for you guys. It's telling you that this is why she is wishing. She goes to the universe. She talks for you. You don't even know it. When your ass out here still being an asshole to her, this is what she does. She's becoming balanced so that way you can be balanced. No matter what. It don't matter if you were a karmic, if you're single, it don't matter. She's becoming balanced. So don't question if you have been in communication with your divine feminine that she just backs off. She wants you to do the work now. She did it all. She's been changing. She's always evolving. Yesterday, you seen in the reading, divine feminines have pulled away from the connection so that way they can become more balanced in themselves. So that way, they're not worrying about the connection anymore because one thing they do know, this is a connection that is never, ever going to end. Death can't even keep these two motherfuckers apart. You understand? And that's why they don't care no more. It doesn't matter. They came back. For the ones that have came back around, including myself, I came back to know, to be aware of what I already felt, and it confirmed itself. I don't even have to go back over these cards, divine masculines. It is what it is. This is what the collective is saying to you or saying about you. You know what it is. You know that you have to do the work. I feel like y'all are now on that path because it's just something new to y'all. This is something new. You're trying something new. And it might be scary at first because trust and believe me, your divine feminine, when they was doing all that bitching and screaming and arguing with you, that's why. They was feeling that too. Trust me. Have a good one, divine masculines.